Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Kadek Rani Widiantari, my NPL 0013. Today I will presentation about the Unit 7, the Morphology. Okay, I will immediately discuss it this PowerPoint.
Two keywords. Morphology is the study of morphemes. These two words, morphology and morpheme, are derived from the same root morph. They differ significantly at the end of each word, one ending in logy and the other in emi. Note further that for the first, the suffix in morphology is logy and indicates a branch of knowledge comparing is biology, theology, and what else. And the second suffix in morphemes is emi. It is something related to minimal distinctive unit, that is the smallest unit that can be distinguished in the sum system of clarification. Morphology is the particularly important feature in English. Morphology is part of grammar which is mostly causes language learning to be difficult and therefore is important to deal with the morphological system. For the next, morphemes. There are several ways in which words are formed in English. The most obvious way is to add something to the beginning or the end of a word. For example, we can add ed to the end of a word to show a past action. So walk becomes walk. And at the start of a word, so opposition meaning, so happy becomes unhappy. But there are other ways of forming a word, such as by changing the root forms of word. For example, bring becomes broke in the first form and man becomes man in the plural form. This example shows the following points about the morphemes. You can look this the presentation. And the next, free morphemes. As the word free suggests, free morpheme is a morpheme which can stand on its own word. For the example of words which are free morphemes are walk, sorry, words, book, and course. The concept of free morpheme is quite straightforward, and this area does not usually cause problem for the student. No details are therefore required here. And the next, bound morphemes. Bound morphemes must be attached to a free morpheme in order to form a new word. That is why it's called bound, which is come from the word bend meaning to tie others. For the example, you can look this presentation for the example. And the next, affix. The most common form of bound morpheme is an affix, but teachers and students benefit if they have a good understanding of how the English affix system works. There are two types of affix. The first is prefix. A prefix is an affix that goes in the front of a root word and changes the meaning of that root word in some way. For the example, look at this picture. And the second, suffix. A suffix, apart from being plural and tense maker, is an affix that is attached at the end of a root word to change the word from one part of speech to another, changing a noun and adjective or an adjective to an adverb. Look at this presentation for the example. And the next, irregular morphemes. Apart from the regular morpheme as described above, there are also irregular morphemes, so linguistics call the marked morpheme that they do not follow the rules in word formation. For the example, man is a plural, by book is a past, and was is a past. Based on the above example, there are three types of change. The first is internal change, the second is almost complete, the third is complete. And the next, different languages have different morphological system. The important thing to remember is that different languages have different system. English uses far more prefix, suffix, and other morphemes than languages belonging to Malayo-Polynesian group which is the group that most specific languages belong to. Take the plural system as the example. We've seen that many English nouns generally have a morpheme so the plurals. There are also the unusual plurals such as women, children, geese and fish. You can look this example in English and Indonesian. For the English, for example, is one book. In Indonesian is sebuah buku. And what else? When the meaning changes from singular to plural in Indonesian, no morphemic change to take place in the noun. However, change to occur in the unit to quantity or sebuah atau dua buah. With respect to the quantifiable element, it is very complex. The general form is dua buah buku. For human is dua orang, dua atau dua orang wanita. The order of a quite complex sibilals. For the example is dua utas tali in Indonesian. For the English is two ropes. The language one. The first example to demonstrate the Bauan morphological system is Yavagu is my foot or leg. Yavagu is made of two morphemes. Yava is a free morphemes or meaning legs or foot. Ku is a bone morphemes. Its meaning is mine. A second example is Nogu ai tau or is my friend. The literal translation for this phrase is my plus grammatical marker, friend. Thus the phrase consists of three sparse words and three morphemes. This is a special grammatical feature. Based on two examples, it is clear that the Bauan dialect sold two different ways to indicating position in that language. Based on two examples, it is clear that Bauan dialect sold two different ways to indicating position in the language. To conclude, basically, there are two types of language with respect to morphological analysis. For the first is insulating language, for the second in the synthetic language. Analyze morphemes and mistake, teeth and coughs, for the example. This is sort of problem occur because the morpheme has several functions in English, and the above pictures show that the writer was confused with the plural and possessive. Okay, I think that's all my presentation from Unit 7 about morphology. Thank you so much for your attention. Bye bye.